Hello. Bacteria. We haven't done this one. No. Welcome, guys. I am quickly, roughly back for a little stream. If there's such thing. Let me just announce this. So we have something new which I haven't managed to test yet. But we're going to do that right now. Hey, Mike. The man who never sleeps. Actually, yeah, I did sleep. In between my downtime on this, I actually do sleep. What we call this one? Unscheduled. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sleeping. Okay, I'm sleeping. Okay, so right. Anyway, I have asked the AI to add something to the overlays, but it's not graphical. I'm just wondering whether it's going to do it. Now, it's going to depend. Is this the first Bacterium alcyonium? Because, Bacterium informum on this system. There's quite a few. How many? Yeah, there's quite a few bios in this entire system. So what is it? TDXC30. TDXC30 gives us so planet 8A has got something, but it's not really much. Planet 7 exactly the same. Planet 2 exactly the same. And 8A exactly the same. Yeah, there's a lot of planets with bios on, but they're only 1 million and this, that and the other. But I think what I want to do is just grab the one on this planet. No, all I asked is for AI to say, can you add a robotic voice to some specific events? So I think I've set it up correctly. I've got it set up with monitoring on OBS, so I should be able to hear it on my speakers as well as you guys hearing it. And it's supposed to trigger on, for now at least, it's going to trigger on first footfalls, new species discovered, notable planet found, mission objectives complete, and bounty collected. The last two are not going to apply here. Anyway, let's get up in the air. Oh, what happened there? Ran out of petrol? Come on. Yeah, so I don't know what the voice is going to sound like, even if it's going to sound at all, if it's going to be any good. It's just a quick test to see what's going on. So let's see if we can find the bacteria. I presume I've landed in the bacteria zone. It doesn't look much of, but okay, smooth areas then. And this particular Backie should be easy to spot. We've already got first footfall here because, as you can, it says it on the exobiology thing. But I need to find some bacteria. I presume I landed in the correct map area. Thing is with this bacteria, this particular one, I think it's one of those that's easy to spot, even visually without needing the scanner. And it shouldn't really be that difficult to find. Actually, we are a little bit high. I don't like to be above 250 meters. because I can't be 100% sure it's gonna. No, I'm landing gears up. I'm not landing yet. I might not be landing at all if there's no bacteria here. Is this really the right place? Bacteria likes flat areas. So yeah, I mean, I guess I've got to scan this and then get first footfall somewhere for one of the voices to trigger. But we'll have to wait until I've scanned the bacteria first. But for some reason... Hey, Steve! Hi, man. I'm not liking this. Yeah, so let's reset this from scratch. Because I'm not happy here. I don't know whether I'm in the right place. I don't know what's going on. Well, let's get back up into Super Cruise and back down again, and we'll find out what's what. Ritual horse, yeah. Looks like it does. It does look like the shuttle from DS9. Yep. It absolutely does. And the Caspian looks like a chopped up version of Enterprise NX-01 from Enterprise. I just put the hard points in. Hey, Bumblebee. Yeah, I've got a few voice events. Robotic voice. If you hear one, let me know, because I want to make sure, because I've got it monitored full volume, but I don't know what's going to happen. So we've got bacteria here only. Pretty sure it hasn't been scanned, otherwise it would have said so on the display. Oh my god. Oh, it's one of those bitty, icky maps where it's all bits missing and bits there and bits missing. So, okay, so this looks a bit less... Oh, how is bacteria growing on all the knobbly bits? What's going on with that? Bacteria. Let's bring it down onto this big, thick blue part here. The shuttle from, I would guess, the original series, but it hasn't got the nacelles on the side. If you take the engines off the side, then yeah, it looks like Captain Kirk's and Spock's era shuttle. Is that one, or is that just a white patch? Yeah, it's just a white patch. Diggity-dee, diggity-dee. Until I see evidence, I am saying no bacteria here. I think the map's telling us lies. I presume the landscape has popped in, right? Shall we wait and see? Oh, I've got such a pressure in the middle of my chest, guys. Every day. So if one day I'm not streaming, well, you'll know what did it. Yeah, looks like. I see green. I see greeneries. Right, if this is the first informum in this sector, then it will go into the codex. If it goes into the codex, it should trigger a voice event. I might not have a choice, Bumblebee. I've cashed it in recently, Philip. Yeah, cashed it in recently. Ah. Now there was supposed to be a voice event on first footfall. Did you guys hear anything? Let me just confirm. First footfall confirmed is when you're supposed to get a voice event. Did you guys get anything? No, me neither. All right, so what I'm going to do is... Oh, I've got a wicked add-on for ED Market Connector, guys. Spanch. It's a Spanch thing. You go into Spanch, you plot your route, you save it out as a CSV file, you load the CSV file into ED Market Connector on the interface, and every time you jump, it puts the next jump into the clipboard. Which I know there's other programs that do it, but I've done it on Market Connector, and it looks pretty nice. Right, let's quit Market Connector and go back in anyway, because yes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, what the hell was that? What the hell, Sam Hell Dickens was that? Something popped up on my screen there. Okay, we're back. All right, so let's go now to the voice overlay. Let me just triple check that that's okay. Damn, it is okay. I was hoping I'd made a mistake, but I have not. I was hoping I'd made a mistake on the path, but let me just double check that. Oh, there is an interface. It says voice announcer listening. Listening? Listening? I don't think so. We've got control audio via OBS. That gives it its own active audio channel, and I have got this particular audio channel on monitor so I can hear it. So let's refresh. Obviously I can't get footfall again on this planet, so that's nice. And the codex entry is already done, so that's gone, so that's nice as well, he says a little bit sarcastically. There's supposed to be something on the screen. I've only made the browser 5 pixels wide because I wasn't expecting any data to be on the screen. But let's have a look and see if it does put anything up there. Because if it's on the screen, there it is. So that tells you audio is listening. I think I went a bit deep on that height. Let's knock it down to maybe 50. No, 60. Let's go 60 on the pixel height. All right. So that tells me it's listening. So it is active. And the voice... Okay. And I've refreshed it. I'll do it again. Right. I don't have it on my monitor, but I don't need it on my monitor. So... Oh, Elite Star Citizen's broken. Set up voice events. I did it, I don't know, about an hour ago, but I didn't play Elite. I was on my laptop in my bedroom and I just said, hey, can you do this? He said, yeah, I can do it. I said, okay. And then it said, what events do you want me to do it for? And I went, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. It wrote the file. It said all I had to do was refresh the, you know, the browser plugins and stuff. It didn't mention anything about having to restart Market Connector. But I'm not hearing anything as of yet. So I'll have to wait for the next voice event. So just to run through it again, the things that trigger the voice is first footfall. Well, we just got that, so that's too late. New species discovered. When a specimen you've just finished scanning, turns out to be a genuine codex first. Well, it might be for me in this system. When a notable planet is found, we can't do that until we jump. And the other two trigger events are for when you're in the bubble. Mission objectives and bounties. So, yeah. What I might have it do, just as a test, is add an event such as going into Super Cruise or landing on a planet. Because those are things that are happening all the time, and that will prove that the voice is actually working. Oh, yeah, Mike's just had a similar idea. Yeah, something that happens frequently. So I'm just going to say to Claude, I just footfalled. Fell over my own feet. I just footfalled. And there was no audio. Can we add a new trigger event for something common, such as takeoff, such as, I don't know, what would be common? Oh, I'll leave it up to it, such as something common. And this way we can test if it's working quicker. Right, there you go. I have been all day today, oh my God, since from about 7:30 this morning till about 4 p.m. just building a website. Oh boy, non-stop. Didn't even have my breakfast. No, I left it up to Claude. I just said a robotic voice, robotic sounding voice. Okay, rather than waiting for a rare event, let's give you something you can trigger instantly and repeatedly. That way you just hit refresh in OBS. Right, replace this file, right click on the source in OBS and hit refresh. Okay, you don't need to do that, but okay. You don't need to right click. It should immediately say voice announcer online. Repeat the refresh as many times as you want. Yeah, but that's different though. Announcing itself online is very different to a voice kicking off because of something the game has triggered. That's a very different thing. But, all right. Whatever. whatever. Get me some water. Right, so let's open the plugins, and apparently we just have to refresh the actual thing and not restart EDMC, so let's see if that is right. So let's replace those files. And now let's hit refresh and see what happens. Refresh. 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 All right, let me just confirm the path I am using is correct. I know it is, you guys know it is, but I want to be sure. Right, so it's voice announcer.html in app data local ed market connector blah 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 / voice announcer.html. I know it's right because I copy and pasted the frickin' thing in there. No. No voice. So, diagnose, debug, fix, find, do what you need to do, Claudio, but yeah, get it sorted. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's see if we can find another green. This is not really good terrain for bios, but this one is worth 42 million, so looks like I've scanned something else on this planet as well, because the system total says 50 million, so something else in this system's been done. Let me just have a look at Observatory Core. Observatory Core not really agreeing. Where's it getting that system total from? Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll get reset correctly when we jump. And the sooner we jump... Oh, it says it's found it. I need to own up to a real mistake here. I built this on a wrong assumption. I should have verified before writing my code. Turns out this is a well-documented years-old limitation. OBS's embedded browser engine doesn't support the web speech API at all. It's not a settings issue, not an autoplay policy, blah 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 blah. Given that the whole voice from inside a browser source approach is a dead end, two real paths forward instead. A Python native TTS sounds good to me. Option B, external TTS service, 11 Labs. Absolutely not. A Python will do, a Python script. Option A, please. Native TTS. So free matches robot sounding. Instead of the browser speaking, the EDMC plugin itself calls Windows built-in speech whenever the event fires. If you already captured desktop audio, okay, option A, please. Does this mean I can remove the previous voice announcer HTML source? HTML source. Right. Second bio. Yeah, so he's going to do a Python plugin for EDMC to trigger it. Elite Dangerous Voice Events. Coming to you from Rusty Dog. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, no, I thought that was greenery there. Damn. I found bacteria in Formum quite a few times. I've never had to look this hard for it though. Right, with option A, the speaking happens in Python. You can remove the old voice announcer. Right, let's get rid of that then. Right click and remove. And bye bye. Okay, good. Let's build this as its own standalone plugin. Cool, so I won't need to add anything to OBS. It'll just... Whoa, wait a minute though. You can remove... Let's build this in as a standalone plugin. Fine. So it did say, didn't it, that the audio will output directly through desktop audio. Okay. If you say so, matey. Far be it for me to question King Claude. Hello. Almost didn't see that one. Bloody hell. Yeah, Informum isn't the kind you would easily see, is it? Look at this. Let's comp scan it. Codex entry found. That was me. That was me. Please wait while I dock in the station. No, that's... yeah. No. Never mind. It sounded like Stephen Hawking with a cold. But then even if he had a cold, it wouldn't affect the voice. Is that another one? Is that... yeah. Slight green patch it is. Because we landed in front of that... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that one behind. That's the one. There's actually two of them here. How are you getting on, Claudie? ED Voice Announcer version 1. Ooh! Okay, restart EDMC, that's it. No OBS involvement. Da, 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 da. How it works, it pulls the same JSON endpoints that your overlays expose, detects the same events, speaks through Windows built-in speech engine directly. How are you robotizing the voice, though? One thing worth setting expectations on. This uses a queue, so overlapping announcements speak one after the other, rather than garbling together. But each PowerShell call has a bit of a startup overhead, roughly a second, so there'll be a brief delay between each event happening and hearing it. Not instant, but not sluggish either. Okay. I can deal with that. Right, so I can get rid of the voice announcer HTML then. We don't need that. And we can replace it with el Python script, which is there. Let's get rid of that one. Let's put this in its place. Over. No, don't do that. Drag. Properly drag. There you go. Right. Now, in order to initialize the plugin, of course, you have to restart Market Connector. So we can do that.
Voice announcer online.
Fine. Where's the robot? You need to synthesize it. Synthesizing. It's working. You guys heard that, right? Yeah, it's working, but... all right. Has my game done a wobbly? Ah, why? My game's crashed. Don't worry, it did that before we did the voice thing. So I'm just going to tell Claude, okay, I hear it, but it doesn't sound like a robot. Can you synthesize it? Yep, I didn't spell synthesize correctly, but I can't be bothered to go back. So, back into Elite then. Bada-ba-ding. Play. Thinking about synthesizing audio with robotic voice. Manipulating prosody parameters? What? It just invents words. What is a prosody parameter? Prosody. Huh? Prosody. The default voice is just Windows Standard. One honest limit. This will get you a deeper, flatter, monotone delivery. Well, okay then. Soviet Union. But if I restart the plugin again, is it going to crash me again? Yep. Well, here we go. We have another version. Download number 2 version. And save and open. And drag into thingy. And every time we update this, because it's a Python script, yes, we will need to restart ED Market. I'll tell you what, ED Market Connector has become a lot more than just a market connector. It does so much more now. Okay. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there, guys. No. No. Don't crash me again, you bastard. Uh-oh. It's crashed me again. Okay. I'm going to talk to Claude. Worth noting, every time it comes online, Elite crashes. And it looks as though I've called up ED Materials Helper. Don't know why, I was nowhere near that. Okay. I want to see if it can find a bug in its own code that might cause this. I think we can get around it by just having the plugin initialized in Market Connector and then running the game, and that might be okay. But that's going to present a problem every time it does an update. Please disable or remove this plugin for now until we understand what's happening. No, I'm okay. I just want to, let's just good news on one front. I confirmed Elite Dangerous does not use a kernel level anti-cheat like Easy Anti-Cheat or BattleEye. It's clear Frontier handles this in-house. It's very unlikely PowerShell spawning is triggering an anti-cheat. False positive. That's one. I can't believe it even thought of that as a thing. Audio device conflict. It's thinking about now. Well, I tell you what. If I reckon the game will play now, and then what will happen is, let's see if the next time it triggers a voice event, if the game stops. Yeah, they do, but I want that. I do want that robotic sounding voice, like the one you hear sometimes when you go to the engineers. Oh my God, I am gassy today. Jesus. The hell? It surely couldn't be all that Pepsi. Right. So I can't refresh to bring the thing online, can I? So that's out. We need to go somewhere. Yeah. Hal, yeah. Wowza. Acateriosi. So let's get this, and then we can get out of here. Actually, what we can do is land on another planet, which will give us first footfall. It should trigger the sound event, and if it doesn't kill the game, then it just means that you have to run Market Connector, initialize the plugin, and then run the game. If it does kill the game, that means it sounds like it is an audio conflict. But we should be able to have audio sources from other places, though. So I don't know. It should be all right. Okay, that's that one done, and absolutely done. Ooh. Number of times I've hit my head on those engines. What about R2-D2 instead?
New species discovered, Bacterium informam. Notable planet found, notable body.
Okay, that's no good to me at all. You guys wouldn't have seen that, but every time it spoke, I got a DOS console, command console on the screen. Okay, I'm just going to tell it, I just finished scanning all 3 samples of a bacteria. I got 2 announcements. One for the bacteria, one for the sample one for the sample scanned, not sample. Let's go with specimen. One for the specimen scanned, and another saying it was a notable planet. Which is too late, because we would have already known this from the valuable planets dialogue. So it should trigger at that moment. The major issue is that every time a voice event is triggered, I get a command prompt window popping up for the duration in front of the game. Work on that one. Okay. So the game didn't crash. Good to go, and we can dock.
Ship recalled.
Shit recalled. What's that, Mike? What exclamation mark? What's that? Hey, Markenbeck. Yeah, no, it's not alt tabbing. No, I wish. I kind of knew that boosting was going to take us well above. Hence why I veered away very quickly. Oops, don't need landing gear for this one. Ooh, we're coming in quick. I didn't have any main boosters on at all, no thrusters, just standard. I was off the throttle coming in there. It just wouldn't slow down. Magnetic. Oh, when you heard the voice, yeah. Yeah, it tells you when you've finished scanning a particular species, if it's a good one or if it's a new one that's gone onto the codex. If it isn't, it won't say anything. So we can go get first footfall then. There's a few planets around here that have got species easies on them. And the galaxy map ain't gonna tell me jack. So let's go in here. So where could we go? Believe it or not, I don't know. So we haven't done planet number 2. Okay, there is 2 confirmed bios on here, Fungoida and Bacteria. They're not worth very much, but at least it'll trigger some voice stuff. Oh, you and your fucking hard points. Right. Frontier Developments, guys. I wrote to them a while ago. Let's say about a month ago, maybe. Month and a half. 4 to 6 weeks. Mentioning about the navigation panel bug. Right? Where when you jump into a new system, this orange bar here can be randomly anywhere in the list. And it was my contention that every time you jumped into a new system, this bar should return to the top, where all the nearest entries are. So, Frontier didn't know what I meant by orange bar in the navigation panel. So, I sent them a video, I showed them what it was, and then they replied and said, okay, we've got it. He said, I've tested it myself. I am getting inconsistent results. Sometimes it's at the top, sometimes it isn't, which we know about. So he said, now I've passed it on to the dev team to work on it. He said, rest assured, it is being worked on. I just can't give you a time frame when it'll be fixed. But he said, yeah, we're going to work on it. And then I also mentioned about when the Nomad redocks with the ship that we have to keep retracting hardpoints all the time. Now that was me telling Frontier already. They already now know. And the response to that was, can you put it on our forum in the feedback section? So this is me telling Frontier about it, and then them saying, put it on our forum so you can tell Frontier about it. That bit I didn't understand. However, I will add it to the feedback features page that they asked me to do, and yeah, whatever. But if they fix the navigation panel thing, I will be happy enough with that. So I guess the good thing about having the voice thing as a separate Python script is that you can have it or not have it. It's up to you. We have a little issue here, guys. Now that we've left the planet, that exobiology box should disappear off the screen. Has it done it for you guys? No. That is weird. Why hasn't it triggered that? That exobiology is not supposed to be there when we're in space. I'm refreshing it, but it's still there. Okay. I don't know why. It should not be there until we descend onto another planet. Let's just leave it for now, and let's see if it disappears after we hyperjump. Why is this map then? Did I footfall it? Oh, bollocks. Okay, we're going somewhere else. This one. I don't need bios, I just need footfall. I'm not going to start asking it to debug the exobiology because that's been working. That's been working fine. You know, disappearing and reappearing. It's been doing it fine. So I'm guessing it's still there because we've been restarting Market Connector left, right and center. And it's just got a little bit confused, that's all. Yeah, good evening, Andy. How you doing, man? Yeah, we don't have any jumps plotted, do we? That's why there's nothing on the screen. Right, so first footfall should trigger the voice. It is definitely a trigger event, so let's just get down there. Might as well probe it while we're at it. Can't see where I'm going now. No, I can. Surface scan complete. There is nothing down there, Bucko. That's a little bit too quick for my liking. Slow it up. Keep slowing. Keep slowing. There we go. That's better. I actually wanted to try something in R2D2 tonight. R2D2? RDR2. Red Dead Redemption. Don't worry, that was a deliberate mistake. I didn't mess up. But RDR2 does look like R2D2. Right. Okay, Arthur, get down from that horse. Are you going to auto-land, are you? Go on then. Get yourself down. Having a think? There we go. Found a spot. Don't forget, it's 1,000 credits per hour in this parking spot. Right, so when I get out and footfall triggers, let's see if we hear anything. And when we hear it. And I'll get another DOS box on screen probably. No? No, nothing. Okay. I'm just going to tell it just landed. Am I still on version? Okay. Still using version 2. I just got first footfall and no audio. So you've got that little bug to sort out as well, haven't you? Yes, you have. And I won't be able to test it until I footfall on another planet. Which is going to have to be probably this one. But we'll have to wait for Claude to do its thing. Broken ankle. Could you grab V3 and retest? Oh, it wants me to test it with version 3. Okay. Right, version 3 then. Of course, Elite's going to crash again, guys, so stand by for that one. Although that's what this is supposed to have fixed. So I'm going to close down Market Connector. Everything goes dim. Are we still running? Yeah, we are. Move the voice announcer update in, replace the files, and run ED Market Connector. It might be the announcement itself. Announcer online.
Voice announcer online.
Okay. I'm still running. I'm still running. And I don't have an exobiology screen either, which is good. Because, yes, we've landed on a planet, but there's no bios on it. So it shouldn't pop up an exobiology screen. So that's correct. Right, so let's go to planet 4 and see if we get footfall. See if we get it announced, that is. I didn't even realize I still had the auto docking on, but it came in handy. Right, as we escape to victory. Ow, ow, ow. God. Oh. The two Magellan clouds in the background, making for the only thing that's breaking up the dark black void, really, because I can't see any stars. And then there's the galactic core, of course. Ah, there's some stars now. Well, it won't get as much, but we might as well probe it. Seeing as how we're here, and it only takes a second or two. Should we land on the icy bit? Mr. Von Doodles, I'm trying to incorporate the voice thing. How did you get it to robotize it? It's been tripping over itself at the moment. Oh, I don't like this speed. Keep out of the blue. That's better. Down you come. Right, this should be an easy landing. Famous last words. I know the auto dock's going to want to kick in, but this looks like an easy one. Manual landing even with auto dock engaged. Right, disembark. Even the game hasn't announced it. There we go. Put it in the journal. Okay. It's not that I need a first football announcement. I just picked a few different events and told it, to have a go at that. This is an interesting underside, I have to say. This pattern and the way it curves down here. It's cool, but what's all this? Gucci? Did I hear voice announcer online? We did, yes. Did the exobiology widget's own bioplanet first footfalls number actually go up when you footfalled? No, because the planet I landed on had no bios. Do. Right, we're leaving, guys. To where? Where were we going? Didn't we have a DSSA carrier triggered on the route? I should have... did I? I was going to say I should have bookmarked it, but did I? Yeah, that one can go. So I don't think I did then, unless it's... I did. That's the guy, isn't it? No, that's the other one. Yep, that's the next one. So DSSA carrier Vulcan Gate. That's definitely not where we want to go. Come back here. Right. Actually, don't need any of these now. So we can get rid of everything here. Dab's Hope can stay. DSSA carrier errant marches, it's not pointing to the one that I want. DSSA carrier Vulcan Gate. Yeah, that one. Okay. My next errant jump. Yeah, I'm going to minus that one and we start fresh. Pretty sure that's not where I want to be going. Is it? Oh, is it? Is that the one? Is that where the carrier is? Do you know what? It actually frickin' might be. Now let me just confirm. Interactive map. Errant marches. System is. Destination. Flyer Eon D70. Carrier location. Different. Very different. Okay. Let me just double check that is correct. Yeah, the carrier is way beyond here. Because we were going to, well, we talked about possibly going into the Halo, which is this one, Aquila's Halo. And the carrier is on the way. It does have Vista on it as well, which is good. Not Windows Vista, you'll be pleased to hear. So we need to go here, really. That's the next DSSA carrier, sort of en route. And then the idea was to pop across to there, I think. So let's plug this in using Frontier's own. Go on, 6,253,000 jumps. Hello, Chronic Offender. Welcome. 07. 134. Now, guys, I want to see if I can show you something. Maybe some of you guys have already got this going, but it's new to me. So bear with moi a moment while I set this up. Let's go into there. Let's get rid of that. Let's go into Spanch. I'll be interested to see how many jumps it is. And also if Spanch knows the system that I'm currently in. Okay, so first thing then is we're going to take a look at Spanch itself, which is somewhere in my list of open windows. What would it be called? It wouldn't be called Spanch, would it? Galaxy Plotter is what it's called. So where are you? There you are. Yeah, it was putting up the word Firefox on both ends of the freaking thing. Anyway. So, what I have to do, guys, is get my ship data, which obviously is here. And then we go to Ops, Export, grab the SLEF file. That's it, I'm done with that. Copy the ship build into here. What did you do wrong, Rusty? Same as you always do, you forget to put the Nomad carrier in there. They haven't actually added it in yet, so let's put something that weighs exactly the same, which is the SRV one. Vessel hangar, they've added it. Oh, that's not the right one though. That's not the right one. That's a 5D. That's 20 tons. Nope. Nope. Let me just double check, guys. I want to make sure. So module, planetary vehicle hangar. No, not that one. Mark II vessel hangar 5D. Correct. Info. 10 tons. So why do you have it as 20? Tell me. Why do you have it as 20 tons when it ain't? Yeah, it's there, but it's no good. So, standard hangar then, where are you? So we want a 4G SRV hangar then, which is 10 tons, so that's the correct mass. Okay, now export, grab the SLEF file, pop it into the Galaxy Plotter and paste. Get rid of refuel every scoopable, pop the destination system in, which I did have it in my clipboard until I had to clipboard the ship in. But Boy, oh boy. Okay, 1 second. Right, let's go to the galaxy map for this one. So, current system is this one. Copy. Now, do you have this one? Oh, you do. Very nice. Destination system. Come on, you have to let me zoom out. See, sometimes the galaxy map will not zoom out when you click on something. And so if you click again, you'll end up clicking on something and focusing on something that you don't want, and then you lose your original route, and it's a pain in the ass. Right, so it's B290, just going to confirm that. Don't tell me I just quit that fucking page. Excuse the language. Just things get right. So we want to go to this system here. HHY B290. Okay. So that's here. This will be in the system because there's a carrier there, right? Okay. So now we plot the route. Go. Okay, there it is. Now I click this. Download as a comma separated values file. How many jumps is it? 42. That's down from 134. Look at that. Look at that neutron run. Anyway, so download as a CSV. Save the file onto, I don't know, onto my desktop. No, let's put it in my Elite Dangerous folder. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that we've got that, now we go to Elite Dangerous Market Connector. So it should be just ED Market Connector now, which is this one. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. But on the bottom here, this is what you do. So you go in here, import file, and I will now run to my folder and grab that file, and it's in. Now, it says the next waypoint is XEV C40. That's the next jump, right? That's what it says. Now, if we go back to, hold on, got so many windows here. If we go back to here, you will see that the next jump is indeed XEV C40. And if we go back to the game, it should already be in my clipboard. Let's see. And there you go. And then when I jump to that one, the next jump in the Spansh plotter will be automatically copied into my clipboard. So I don't have to keep copying it off Galaxy Plotter. It's already in my clipboard for me, which is cool. So what we can do is do one jump. The next jump after XEV C4, right? The next jump after that is BBS C6. There's a 0 at the end, but let's just call it BBS C6. That is the next jump. So let's make this one. And see if it works. It just saves me having to go back to Galaxy Plotter to click on the copy icon to come back into the game and paste. Well, it's already here, so it's a little bit of time saving, a little bit So maybe when that guy was doing the Seoul to Colonia in a Caspian in 36 minutes, maybe that helped. Now I shouldn't really be using this overcharge because the fuel is important when you're following this thing, but as I'm not following the whole route, it doesn't matter. Right, so now we jump into... What? Why are we jumping here? Stop, stop, stop. Oh, that's my old route. Sorry, that's my old route. Yeah. There we go. And we target. Okay. So we jumped to XEV C4 and now we're expecting BBS C6 after I jump. I haven't tested it this far, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I presume it's going to. And I also believe ED Market Connector is going to update on the page. It hasn't done it yet. It says how many jumps are remaining, the distance remaining, the fuel remaining, the fuel used, the light years to the next jump. Right, it's got BBS C6 in its thing, in its interface. So if I do this and paste, there it is, automatically pasted in for me. Isn't that a lot better? Yeah. So yeah, so that works. Anyway, let's come off that. Because I have a feeling this might be the only two bodies in this system. And it isn't. Okay, that is surprising. Spanch giving me a system that hasn't been discovered before. It happens. It's just very rare. All right. Maybe we could have a voice event for BIOS detected. Right, nothing here for us then. Right, let's get rid of Spanch, we don't need it anymore. So what's Claude been up to? It says it's not a bug. The first footfall confirmed trigger is specifically scoped to bioplanet footfalls only. The only first footfalls I need to know about are the ones with planet with bios. A footfall on a planet with no bios signals genuinely shouldn't increment the counter. But it should. Why? If I land... Okay, so on the... Well, actually, yeah, you're kind of right. Because on the exobiology box, it's only to do with plants, isn't it? Therefore, the amount of first footfalls should only relate to planets with bios, as opposed to a full footfall count. Yeah, and it's reminding me of something I said. It says, when we built the counter, you said, and it's quoting me, it's put it in quotes, the only first footfalls I need to know about are the ones on planets with bios. I did actually say that. No fix here. This was a false alarm. Smart ass, eh? Okay, so I have to land on a bioplanet to trigger first footfall. Alright. Okay, fair enough. Now then, what I need to do is go back to that system that has the bloody carrier in it, which was 100 million jumps away. So let's get that pasted back in. And in case you're wondering where I'm getting that from, I'm getting it from here. We are, I don't know, we're somewhere here. And this is the carrier here. There's another one down there, but this is the halo sector. Aquila's halo. So, go away. So we can pop across into this corner. Maybe pop up into here. I don't know. What's this one called? Outer arm. I don't know if I want to go that far out, if I'm honest, because that's a long way out. So maybe just intercept this carrier. Pop down to here and just to say we've been there. And then come back into the Vulcan Gate. Right? You can tell here how many people have been to Colonia and how many have been to Sagittarius A. Yeah, and the bubble, of course. And Beagle Point. Let's not forget all the routes up to Beagle Point, where many people have just gone straight up. Okay, cool enough. Let's plot the route then. Boo 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 boo. Hello, Van Otter. I didn't get what you were saying at first about Space Invaders, but yeah. Remember all those sounds that we used to hear from the original Space Invaders as the little legs moved? Yeah. It's a bit different now, isn't it? 120 jumps? How did you suddenly bring that down from 134? Fair enough then. Or was it 134 last time? Anyway. It managed to plot a route. Let's go. It is certainly a long way to Tipperary. So we have to wait until we find a bioplanet. And then we need synthesis. Robotic voices. Incorporating vocoders and sine waves and stuff. I was wondering whether a Python script would actually be able to do that. 27 bodies? Are we fresh? Oh yes, man. Was that 3 stars here? 4, 3, 4, 3. And one little planet within sensor range. Oh. But if it has got bios on it, how would we know? Doesn't get picked up on this point, does it? Right, are we far enough away from the sun? Because... yeah, we are. Right, so this is the planet that we picked up, right? So let's go in. Metal rich. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything on it. Which, highly unlikely given the proximity to the star. But, right, you don't get bios that close, right? They'd burn. Oh, there's quite a few clusters, actually. Yeah, I just heard you. I can hear it in the distance. There it is. Okay, that's all of them. Three geos. Let me just get off that off the screen. Okay. I had the Astro map on the screen there. It was in my peripheral vision, annoying me. So bright. Oh, it's a system of geos by the looks of it. There's plenty here. Geos everywhere, guys. I mean, if you're ever short on raw materials for synthesis, well, this is a good place to be. Bios. Notable planets. Yeah, it's the only one that is notable.
Planet found. Icy world.
I see dead people. Yeah, there was a second delay, wasn't there? And no command prompt popped up on my screen. And the game didn't crash. Go on, say it.
Notable planet found. Icy world.
You should also say how many bios are on there. Yeah, if I'm doing it at this speed,
Notable planet found. Icy world.
I still see dead people. I can have it say how many bios, but it's visible on the screen anyway. So, is it really necessary? This system is full of geos and bios.
Notable planet found. Icy world.
Normally when we see 1 and 2 though, it tends to be nothing special. Unless all the ones with 2 bios
Notable
contain
planet found.
Bacterium
Icy world.
and Tectonicus.
Notable planet found. Icy world. Notable
So-
planet found. Icy world.
I can't get the sixth sense out of my head when he says that. I see world. I see dead people. Man, we've got a few notable planets on here. I think the list goes up to like 10 and then the 11th planet drops the bottom one off the list. It's a good thing we're not listing geos then. And one more. Right here. High metal content. Go on, say it. You have to.
Notable planet found. High metal content. Terraformable.
Yes, but you were a little bit late on that one. It does take a while, eh? Acceptable delay? Don't know, it's a bit slow. It did it though. Right, so we need to probe AB1 and then there's bios on the others. Because there's so many and I don't want to waste my time, I want to find out. So we're looking at every one of them has, well, let's put it this way. Every one of them says that it has Bacterium balaris and Fonticulea digitus. Okay? The bacteria is worth 1.15. The Fonticulea is worth 1.8. Now then, anyone that's got the 2 bios is going to have both of those. Anything with 1 bio, it's either going to have one or the other. Most likely bacteria. So we can just focus on the planets that have got 2, which is 5D, 5G, and 5H. Yeah, just focus on those. And of course AB1, which is probably the closest one, right? So let's just probe that because it's terraformable, so that is good cartographic data. And then the rest is good biodata. Yeah, but it's tapping into that Vanotter. That's the thing. I would have to download the voice onto my system, and then I would have to have a way where you can go into the Python script in Notepad and tell it which voice you want to use, which not everybody's going to manage so easily, are they? I don't know. Maybe. It runs in the browser. Yeah, we're doing this via a Python script though. Head TTS. Okay. Good thing there wasn't a letter I in there, isn't it? Okay, so this is for probing only. Wait for the red bar to turn blue. Oh, cool. I kind of wanted a non-human sounding voice, you know? Like, obviously speaking English, but... Now, what happens if you're French or German or Spanish? Would it speak it in that language? I'm going to ask Claude. I'm saying I want natural sounding, but then I said I wanted it like a robot. Downloading. The announcement delay can be up to... What did we have to wait for that terraformable? 5 to 6 seconds? I'm going to put 5 to 7 seconds. Right, I've given Claude a few questions there. This one's not done. Top. Top for some reason didn't get done. Oh, I'm sure they can, Vanotter. Sure they can. The problem is that's not how we're tapping into it, unfortunately. It's all based on Elite Dangerous Game events and stuff, so I love how the AI says, let me answer each one honestly. I would expect no less. Okay, so that's that one. So now let's go to AB5D, G, or H, whichever one is closest. Actually, it's H. And it has 2 BIOS, so let's go. Now okay, according to Claude then, there should be a first footfall announcement on this planet because it has got BIOS. Okay, so apparently the plugin hard codes English phrases. Sorry, I was reading it there. So it speaks English regardless of the system language, making it properly multilingual is a real buildable addition, just not automatic today. Better free voices, yes, and Windows 11 actually ships something better than what I'm using. Narrator natural voices, Jenny and Aria. Those newer voices are exposed through a different newer Windows API than the one my code currently calls. I'm not certain the two are compatible without testing. The 5 to 7 second delay makes sense given what's happening under the hood. My poll loop only checks every 2.5 seconds. Plus PowerShell has a real cold start overhead spinning up on the .NET runtime. And antivirus software commonly scans each new PowerShell invocation, adding more latency. 2 concrete fixes I can make: shrink the polling interval, and the bigger win, keep one PowerShell process running persistently. Yes, good idea. I like that one. Yes, I like that. Keep that, do that. One PowerShell process. Persistent, yep. Yep, do that. Because that way the window will be open all the time. The antivirus doesn't have to call to it every time, and it can just stay open, and hopefully we can cut the time down. Righty. No doubt to tap into EDN web client. Yeah, I don't know how to do that stuff, Vanota. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. I don't even know what you mean by a Node app. To tap into EDN web client for UI. I mean, I can ask Claude, but it would have to do all the heavy lifting. I'm not going to scan every planet here because it gets boring when it's all the same stuff. But I suppose if we scanned everything, well, we don't know how much. The ones with 2 bios are worth 3 million, so that'll be 15. And the ones with 1 bio are worth 1.1 or 1.8. So, yeah. Between 9... No, what am I talking about? 9. Yeah, 9. I am right. Yeah, so between 9 and, I don't know, I guess 6. No, 5.5. 5.5 and 9 something. Right. Okay, we have the new plugin by Glade. We've got the new plugin, and yeah, let's see what it does. If it's going to crash the game, I'd rather it do it here while we're out in Super Cruise here. That'll be the best time to crash, rather than all that faff on the planet, because that way the ship gets... Alright. I pressed it twice. I don't know why I pressed it twice, but I fucked my ship up. I did. Why did you press it twice? Rusty, think. Why? You cancel the thrusters once, that's all you need to do, then what? Why did you hit it for the second time? What was the logic in that? Nervous twitch? Was it that? Eh? Fuckwit. I'm not bothered about the damage to the modules and all that shite. What I am bothered about is the power plant. Because to this day, 11 years later, we still have no way of repairing the power plant outside of a station. Which is ridiculous, I think. That's another thing to add into the
Voice
features and
announcer online.
feedback. All right. Tell me where we are with the power plant. Of course. Naturally. Guys, does anyone know, right? Let's say you engineer your power plant. And on the experimental, you put shielded. Will that guard your power plant from dropping into 99% when you drop out like that? All this for a fucking plugin, it ain't worth it. No, it's not about the PvP. It's about preserving the power plant when you drop out from supercruise into normal space at a speed you shouldn't be dropping out at. I'm not talking about taking firepower, that's a different thing. It can still suffer from firepower, but I'm talking about jumping out of supercruise at a high rate of knots. Totally different thing. Yeah.
Successful.
I've got a good mind to ditch the other limpets now, rather than carry them around. It's silly as well that everything you carry in your, like the limpets, each limpet just happens to weigh 1 ton each, you know? I don't need those 3 now, but it's cost me 20 materials to get them, so... Everything should be repairable out in the black. Even if it means getting out on foot, pointing up a device onto your ship and arc welding the fucking power plant, whatever. There should be a way. I don't care, it's self-contained. It should be repairable. There should be a way where we can repair it. Simple as that. Yeah, that's it. That's my opinion, and I ain't gonna shift. They've given us AFMUs to repair all the modules. Obviously, the power plant you can't, because you need the power from the power plant to power the AFMUs in the first place. Yeah, but that's just a game excuse that it's self-contained. That's just a game excuse. If they wanted to build in a device on a tool on an SRV, or a tool on a handheld thing, or have that tool that we use for cutting open lockers, that it had a second mode for welding, and you could just point it up at the ship somewhere. If you can be in space and target a power plant, then it's exposable, and that you should be able to just point to where that is and just fix it. They should have a mechanic in the game that allows it to happen, a game mechanic. And I don't care what the excuse is for it not being there. It's just a game excuse. It's a gameplay excuse. It should be repairable. We should be able to be out in the void and be able to repair everything. Have I ever built a nuclear power plant? I have, actually. I've done 3. Yeah, I built one like 10 years ago. I did another one 12 years ago, and then 18 years ago. I've actually done 3. And I wasn't killed because I was self-contained. Right, so the new plugin is in. Let's go.
Charging.
I'll tell you what, the last nuclear power plant that I built was definitely the easiest one, because I had experience from the previous 2. I'm a bullshitter as well as boring. No, it's just that if you're going to ask me a stupid question, you're going to get a stupid answer. What do you expect? What kind of a question is, have you ever built a nuclear power plant? What kind of a question is that? What did you want me to answer? Honestly, man, get a grip. Right, hopefully we can get this done in one.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface
Yeah, it's rhetorical. So was my answer. I didn't understand the question as to how it relates to a power plant in the game, and why it can't be just, why they can't build a game mechanic to fix it. I mean, they've got little limpets coming out of a ship that can repair a hull. No, I'm not going to ban you, it's fun. You've got little limpets that come out of the ship. Explain to me how a limpet repairs the hull of a ship. How does it do it? What's the science behind that? Does it make sense, whatever it is? The auto field maintenance unit, how does that work? Exactly, it's a game. Exactly, thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's a game, so they can build in something to work on the power plant. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a game, so we don't need some scientific explanation like it's self-contained. If they want to build a mechanic in that allows you to repair your power plant out in the black, they can do it. That's the point. And I'm just saying that I wish they had that in the game, that's all. It would be nice to have that in the game so that we could have the whole ship. No, what do you mean limitless game? How is that what I'm asking for? I'm asking for a power plant repair. What's limitless about that? Oh man. Right. Yeah, let's have it so when we use the AFMU, the amount of units on it never goes down. Oh boy. Right. Did we scan that? You're asking for the game limits to be lifted. Yeah, one of them. One of them, yes. That's right. Is that so bad? Is it so bad? Have I sinned? It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just an opinion. You don't have to agree. It's fine. Right, hold on. I'm losing the planet here. Good luck with what? Good luck with what? My opinion? Do opinions need luck? Sorry, man, I just don't understand what you're trying to say. I'm not demanding anything, I'm just saying they should have it. Honestly, you get into arguments over nothing. If I was you, I would save your energy for stuff that really matters, you know? As you say, it's a game. Don't fret. You're asking for something you won't get. I'm not asking! Who have I asked? I've said it would be... I haven't asked. I just gave an opinion. It would be nice if we could have this. Maybe I will go to Frontier and ask. And maybe they will consider it. They might say, you know, it's funny, we've been thinking about that ourselves. Goldfish memory too, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Now leave me to swim in my coral, around the coral, in my bowl. Oh man. Right, let's get the old... Yeah, I'm too close now. See what you made me do? You made me go too close to the planet. Okay, so we have bacteria and Fonticulia. I'm presuming Fonticulia is going to be easy to find, and they're both on the same map, I believe. Yep, they usually are, I think, so we're cool. It's very green. I believe that is a batch of Fonticulia. Overheat the sample. Why, what did NASA do? Oh, we should get a voice. It's a bit delayed if it's coming. Is it coming? Is it? No! Did I restart AD Market Connector? I know I replaced the plug-in. Wait a minute. I better do it again just in case, because I don't want to go back to Claude and say, hey, this isn't working or that's not working. when it was me that's messed up.
Voice announcer online.
Yeah. Okay. It's too late for footfall now. We'll have to go to another one for that. So, okay. 1.8. Did it? Okay. It hasn't recorded first footfall, but that might be because we were messing with this thing. So, where is OBS? So if I go to the exobiology data and refresh, then the next time it kicks in, when we do the second sample, it should recognize the first footfall. I wonder why it didn't do that the first time. Or did it? Did it? And then I don't know. I only noticed that it wasn't first footfall when we restarted. Wow, that's a big load, isn't it? Right, let's see if it recognizes now when we do the second sample. Because I don't want to have to debug this again. I think it will be getting recorded correctly despite what it says on the screen, but it would be nice if it self-corrected. Yeah, it hasn't though. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll let this one go. I won't mention it to the AI. And just see if it does it next time around. The game will be recording it correctly, so I'm not too fussed about that. Man, there's a load of them here, or what? 500 meters away for the next one though, so none of those in that forest are going to be of any use. Viking? There was a Mars sample that released gases, as if something was metabolizing the substrate, but they overheated it. Back in '76, really? Wow. Yeah, I remember the Viking era. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. I didn't know they did that though. Yeah, didn't know that. Yeah, so it hasn't tracked this one. I'm just going to screenshot it for later, but the audio for the first footfall, which we didn't get, shouldn't be interfering with this at all, and it was known to be working before, because I tested it on a lot of different planets and everything was good with it. And as far as I know, nothing's been updated on it since. But now I'm curious as to whether the bacteria was exactly on the same map as the Fonticulea. And I won't know that till I find one. And right now we've got a green pulse scan on a green planet. And if I put night vision on, well, there's more greenness. I would actually rather go to another planet that's got two bios and scan another Fonticulea. It's worth more for a start. And B, I don't have to look for this bacteria. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go get some Fonticula from another planet. Hello, Grey. Yes. Green and Pleasant Land. Well, yeah, I guess so. That's exactly right, Van Otter. It ain't ripe. It's not been genetically modified or injected like tomatoes. Because that's what they do, isn't it? They get green tomatoes, inject them with some shite, which turns them red. So they're all nice and firm in the supermarkets. Ain't that nice? So what should happen now is we go up, diddly up, dup. If it doesn't fix that thing, that the carried value is not going to be correct, is it? So when we go up here now into Super Cruise, the exobiology should disappear and be replaced by the notable planets. Oh dear, what the hell? Oh, I know why. Yeah, I was going to say, where's all the other ones in the list gone? Yeah, that's fine. It's because of us restarting Market Connector. That's all that is. I believe the other one was G and D, right? So let's go to D. I remember them. Yeah, restarting Market Connector breaks it. There's a way around it, though, that every time it pops on the screen, it could recheck the journals. But, nah. Because normally when you're playing, you're not testing like I am and restarting Market Connector all the time, so you won't be getting these issues if you were using it. So it's fine. It's all good. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, yes, sim racing games do it, right? They have a thing called telemetry, and they output that, and you can even launch professional, like real racing telemetry tools, like what's it called? i2, is it just called i2 Pro? They use it in real racing, and you can actually take the telemetry from your race, say in Le Mans Ultimate or Assetto Corsa Competizione, whatever, and you can upload it into i2 Pro, and you've got all your telemetry traces exactly as it would be if you're racing a real car. It's the same stuff. So yeah, they're doing it. But yeah, it would be nice if other games outputted information you could scrape off, you know. Yeah, not every race sim has got like telemetry that you can output to i2 Pro. Not all of them. Le Mans Ultimate will do it. Assetto Corsa Competizione will do it. I'm not sure about the original Assetto Corsa, and I'm not sure about Assetto Corsa Evo either. But Le Mans Ultimate's kind of just the one I'm racing these days, so, and that can do it. And it's very handy. You know, you've got everything you can think that like, you've got your throttle trace, your brake traces, your steering inputs, your G-forces. I mean, there's nothing you can't think of that isn't monitored or traced. Just like real cars do it with the little black boxes that they have. We should map this first, shouldn't we, guys? Yeah. But it's not just like, what they could have done is, for example, say they could have, oh, Fonticula is in a different place. That's why we didn't get it. What they could have done is have their own built-in telemetry in the game, you know, so that you just go in yourself. But it might be something rudimentary, not as well done, when it's easier for them to just say, okay, what data does i2 Pro use, and let's output that to a file. And yeah, and then you have an option in the game where you tick it if you want telemetry traces to run or not. Yeah, it's very cool like that. If you want to find those hundredths and thousandths of a second and find, you know, a particular corner where you're braking just a little bit. Oh, and you can also, you know, let's say you run a race of 10 laps. For example, you can look at all 10 laps, or you can say, show me lap 8 and lap 2, and overlay one over the other, and say, okay, this was my fastest lap. Why? And then you can say, turn 3, look, I braked 5 meters later into that corner. Or in turn 7, I carried more speed into that corner. You know? And yeah, you can compare, or you can get your friend's telemetry who's way quicker than you, for example. And, you know, you can say, well, look, what's he doing that I'm not? And you can say, look, he's braking earlier here, but he's carrying more speed into that corner. I should try that, you know. He's got more speed on the straight than me. Why? Maybe he's running less wing than I am, you know. And you can improve with it. It's certainly a good tool. NVIDIA's GeForce? I don't know. I don't think so. I've not heard of anything like that. Now, this hasn't popped up first either. So something's wrong here. Unless it doesn't come up until we land. I don't know. I thought the first would have come out by now, since we've oh, actually no, we haven't achieved first footfall yet, have we? Yeah. There we go. I don't think we'll get anything if we composition scan this, but okay, 2.5. Nomad, can you land on this place? Let's put it here. Now, let's see if it records the first footfall when I get out. Oh dear. Okay. Let me speak to Claudie. Did we touch the Exabio widget today? I don't know whether we did. I don't think so. We were just concentrating on audio. I don't think we did. So I don't know. I don't know why it's not recording the firsts now. It says not directly, no. I've landed on 2 planets now with first footfall. Mm. Right, let me just absolutely confirm that I do have first footfall here. Yeah, I do. What I should do is, although it won't convince Claude, like when it comes up and says first footfall on the screen, I should take the screenshot. But then Claude could just say, yeah, but I don't record it until like a second or so afterwards. Let me check the actual current code. Okay. Well, I hope you find something. Because, yeah, it's... If it does find it, I think what it'll do is fix it so that the exobiology widget will look back on the journal and then fix the current, the carried value. I just want to see if it's going to come up and say, yeah, I found an issue. Man, that's quite a drop. It is very green, isn't it, though? Wow, look at that. Very nice. Are you certain EDXO ship is the current version 64? Well, I can reapply it and see. If it is a bug and you fix it, will it then check the journal history to fix the carried amount total so that it's correct again? Yep, make the carried value great again. Right, 64 was the last one. I don't have that on my download log, so... $64 wasn't the last one. 67 was the last one. Let me have a look. Did it say 64? Where the hell is the text where it said that? It hasn't overwritten its own text, has it? Ah, okay, we can do that. Yeah. Delete the commander JSON file, restart, and it recomputes everything. All right, we can do that. We can do that. I'm pretty sure I'm using the last exobiology overlay. So it's got Rusty Dog and John Beamer. We only need to get rid of John Beamer's one, so we can delete that. And then relaunch. And we should see the difference after we scan
Voice
again.
announcer online.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it did say version 64. I'll tell it version 67 was the last one. That's the last one I've got. Right, so let's do a scan. Where's that one that was on the hill here? There it is.
New species discovered. Fonticulated.
Yeah, there you go. And the carried value has gone up, right? 638 now. Okay, good.
First footfall confirmed at Prudry OOBBSC 6-0 of 5D.
Got the footfall message now. So that deleting that JSON file fixed the audio as well. Wouldn't it be nice I could just do scan 2, scan 3? Maybe I should ask Frontier for that. Limitless games. Dun, 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 dun. Claude has a goldfish memory. Is it confirmed the goldfish have short memories? Is it confirmed? I don't know. They seem to remember where to go for the food. I don't know. Is that just not a tale? I don't know. Right. Ooh, landing gear needed. And even then, it doesn't like landing actually on top of plants. It doesn't mind bacteria because it's flat, but on the bumpy plants, it's not interested. Right, so now we'll get the audio hopefully all properly, and we'll be able to see how quick it's happening. Emerald. There was a comedian, I think Jasper Carrot, he did a skit on that, and he was talking about the goldfish, and he was saying like the goldfish will be out talking to each other and going, "Hey, look at that castle." "Yeah, it's nice in here, isn't it?" "Yeah, it's not too bad. Bit of coral there." "Hey, look at that castle. That's nice, isn't it?" "Yeah." "So what are you doing today then?" "Ah, just the usual, just swimming." "Whoa, look at that castle." Oh man, can you imagine? That'd be terrible. Right, third and final sample. So after we've done this sample, that's the actual plant scanned in full. So if I'm not mistaken, we should get a voice call on that one. Let's see when it changes green. There we go. Oh, delay. Are we getting anything at all?
New species discovered. Fonticulua digitos.
That's a thing, isn't it? That's a delay, isn't it, really? Is that right, Vanota? Really? Oh, man. Jesus. Whoops, you're not in the ship. You're not in the ship. Requests a docking. That's probably the third time now I've done that in the Nomad. Tried to go up into Super Cruise without realizing, nope, got to dock first. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? Okay. Damn you. Bum. I just want to plot it again so it pops up on here. Okay, now then. Obviously we're not going to get footfall here again. So the other one with the Fonticulia would be G then. We did H. We did D, and G was the other one with the two bios. So let's pop over there. That planet looks nice, doesn't it, with the sun on the other side of it. And look at all those bright twinkly lights. Oh.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I could have just carried on, couldn't I suppose? Instead of deactivating. Oh! Those short jumps are hard to time. The longer ones are a lot easier to time. The short ones, man, jeez. It can't. The thing is, you can disengage quite early, but it can't decelerate quick enough because the thing's coming up on you so bloody fast. Anyway, easy corrected. Right, so let's probe this thing and find the Fonticulia. One probe should be enough for this, I would say.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan
Yeah.
complete.
They don't. Yeah, if we remember, Fonticulia doesn't like sharing its space with anything. Not that I know of, anyway. Every time I've come across it. No, that's Fungoida. Yeah, that's Fungoida. It doesn't like sharing the space. Yeah. Okay, maybe Fonticulia and bacteria don't talk to each other. Or at least these two particular species, anyway. Ooh, I don't fancy landing there. Actually, Fonticulia is pretty easy to grab hold of. Let's pop down here. See if we can get into there. Just don't get into those two holes on either side. Ah, damn it. Okay, that's worked out well. As long as we just keep flying ahead, say 205, 210 degrees. Plenty of space here to find them. Boost. As we boosted, will we have to wait for the terrain to catch up? Maybe, maybe not. No, because I've got Fonticulio there, surely. Is that it? Yeah, baby. We got 3 patches of the stuff. Ah, 4 patches. And those 2 in the background, are they? Right in the background? Right, there's plenty around here. And distance is 500. Okay. So we can make life a little easier if we find the furthest back ones. Yeah, that's all the way over there. It's all the way over there. I'll go for these ones. I know they're right there. No footfall? Yeah, okay, something's broken here. Something's broken. I'll just disable the voice plugin for now. Yes, I've told it was all working before today, but it seems every time there's a... I mean, we didn't get a voice event until after we scanned that last planet, but since then we've come down to a new planet and it's not reporting first again, and this was all working fine since before today. So I think what I'm going to do, I've asked Claude, but I think it's going to come back and say yeah. So what we're going to do is we'll go into the settings, go to plugins, and we'll disable. We're going to disable the voice overlay, the voice announcer. And disable that plugin. And because we've disabled that plugin, ED Market Connector is now automatically restarting anyway, which it shouldn't have done because we need to delete the JSON file. Where are you? So many plugins now. Right, get rid of the Beamer JSON file. Restart EDMC. I want to make sure that the voice announcer thing is not the thing that is causing this. If it is, I'm just going to scrap it. I can't be bothered with it. I can't be arsed with it, guys, honestly. It's not worth it. There's too much of a delay on the voice anyway, you know, so... Alright, so if we scan again, we should get the first, I would imagine. It should hopefully correct. Actually, it should have corrected now. Really. Let me just have a refresh. Let's see what it does with the second scan. Otherwise, well, I'll just go back to the last... I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, we'll get it sorted. It's not going to be a big deal. It's just a pain in the arse. We made no changes to that script, so it should be working. Right, so let's see if it fixes on this second scan. It has been known to. Okay. So voice, oh, for what'd you say? Voice plugin disabled. JSON deleted. What's causing this now? It shouldn't have touched that code because we haven't even updated that folder today. I don't want to do the third scan until it maybe found something. It says, what is it saying? That look at the body line signals. Yeah, 0. Meaning FSS never established a biocount for this specific body. Yeah, it did. But we restarted EDMC since. I did the FSS. We landed. I scanned the first bio and no first was reported. And that could have been down to the JSON file. But yeah, it does trigger on the FSS and the DSS as well. The detailed surface scan, the probes. Yeah, okay, Claude's having a think. It does go into some detail. It's rebuilding species for body. Whatever that means. Yeah, it was working before. We had it all on the last stream. Everything was working. We were jumping into different systems, getting bios. The exobiology screen was doing its thing. And we haven't touched that today. But now it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Oh, it says it's found the root cause and fixed it. The footfall counting logic could only ever qualify a body at the moment of touchdown and only if the FSS already told it. If you glide down without FSS probing that exact body, that check silently falls permanently. Okay. So I'm just going to say, I think we have restarted EDMC about 2 or 3 times since I FSS'd this system. Anyway, let's use version 68 and see what we get. I'm going to shut down Market Connector just in case I need to. If it's had to update the Python script, then I will need to. So let's go into 68, which is now full screen for some reason. And overwrite. And just for luck, I'm going to get rid of the JSON file as well. That's it. Restart EDMC. Yeah, I figured, well, I had the combat overlay come up on the screen as a white box, and I kind of figured that wasn't healthy. And the game has indeed burned out. So let's rerun that. It wouldn't harm to rerun the game anyway. Oh, it's done another version now. It's done version 69 now. Jesus frickin' shit. So what if 68 works? It says I'm more confident in this one than the last one. Wait, you've been giving me zip files that you weren't confident with? What the hell? Oh no, we've already got 69. Okay, so it hasn't redone it then. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, first is on the screen, guys. It's remembered. Awesomeness. And the values are there. Okay. I'm just going to say game crashed for other reasons. Relaunched EDMC and it is showing first. We'll keep you informed. We'll keep you informed. Okay, good. The only way to make sure that's working is to go to another frickin' planet again. The castle? Ah, okay, Banotta. Have a good meeting. Hope you get promoted, and I'll see you maybe later. Oh, Goldfish Castle. Okay, sorry, I wasn't keeping up. My memory only lasts 7 seconds, I think. Oh, God. Right. Do-do-do-do. Right, so we can scan this one with full confidence. What happens to that stuff in the tin? Does it just get squashed down into the bottom? And then the tin's ready for some more? Because that tin is stored. Is that where everything's stored? In that little tin? all of our, how much is it now? 656 million worth of data. So it's a data box then, basically. Right, the bacteria obviously is on a different map, so I can't be bothered.
Check record.
And yeah, we had to do that because of the game crash. Arriving in 23 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. Do 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 do. Now, I have to say the Thunderbirds countdown was slower than that, wasn't it? It wasn't exactly to the second. 5, 4. They've got it on Blu-ray now, haven't they? All of Thunderbirds. It's been released on Blu-ray. 11 discs, I think. £90, guys. 90 quid. Like, yikes. It's nice though, but I ain't forking out 90 for that. It would be so cool to have it all. It's been all remastered as well from the original, so quality will be top notch. And it's got like, I don't know, did they say like 11 hours? 9 or 11 hours of extra stuff. Yeah, it must be a great box set. But it's expensive. Now where are we going? Next system, I think. Yeah, we can plot the route. Don't want to do too much more of this now, maybe just grab a couple more things to make sure it's working. The voice thing, I don't know. I might just abandon that project. I'm not getting the voice I wanted. The delay is too long for me. You get footfall. I could run over and scan a plant before it says first footfall. So, yeah. Well, that's all the Fun to Kill You had done anyway. So, we made 27 million from this system, which is fine. That's a decent amount. So really the only thing that's bummed me out today is the frickin' power plant thing. And that was my own mistake anyway. I don't know what I pressed there. I cancelled the thrusters twice. You know what they should do to avoid that though, guys, is, you know, you do the first one and then it says, are you sure you want to drop out? It pops up a big message on the screen, doesn't it? What they should do is have a trigger in, or have an event in there where you can't double hit within a certain amount of time. So, like, if you hit the key twice within half a second, it doesn't register. So you have to wait maybe a second, and then if you hit it twice, so you go one, you hit it once, you wait a second, you hit it a second time, and then it drops. But if you do it twice, like do like that, then it doesn't pick up. It should ignore the second one. It's like in racing games when if you downshift twice, it ignores the second one because it would kill the engine, and it ignores the second downshift. So it's you can actually, there's actually options in the game that say, you know, to avoid double downshifts. Because that can happen, you know, you can get because downshifts can be so fast. Sometimes you might do a double one by mistake and it puts too many revs on the engine and yeah, not good. So they have downshift protection to avoid that. So yeah, that's what we should have on this, dropout protection. That would alleviate the or the vast majority of power plant demolition issues. So yeah. The only other time it could happen, I guess, is if you're unfortunate enough to drop into normal space while you're in the middle of a jet cone. But by then, you're doomed anyway. You'd be very lucky to get out of that scenario. So the last thing on your mind is your power plant. But yeah, I think double tap protection. Ooh, 5 bios. I'm already seeing the back window. I've got a little observatory core behind OBS. I can just see on the corner it says that the maximum value here is 18.5 million. So no Tectonicus down on there then. But I won't be doing, if there's any more, I won't be doing this entire system. I think I've done enough already. Done the voice test, not happy with it. Right, so the notable bios already coming up nicely on the screen. Two more on there. Okay, that one body 4, guys, high metal content 1 bio, if I'm not reading it incorrectly from behind the OBS screen, it says 8.42 million. That can only mean Bacterium informem, unless I'm reading it wrong, and I don't think I am. And the planet with 2 bios isn't worth anything. It's just got 2 plants on it with 1 million each. So, you know, the least value bios you can get in the game. Right. Oh, we have a terraformable. Okay, body 1. Let's go do that one. So all you have to do is on the notable planets box, it's got the system name C70, then you add the number on the screen, body 1, you add the 1 to the C70, and then you get the full thing there. And then you've got that one with a rocky world. The system name plus the body name. Dead easy. Elementary stuff, my dear Watson. Right, so Terraform, as we head off to this, let's have a look and see what bios are here. Okay, well, the 18.5 million is based on guesses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guesses it's had. 3 of them are going to be wrong. I can already guess that Concha Aureolas is going to disappear, Concha Renibus will disappear, and probably Alioida Spica? Spica? Spicer? S-P-I-C-A? I don't know. I'll bet it's those 3. Worst case scenario from this planet will be about 54 million. Bacteria informem is another 40 million. So yeah, 80 million. And if I scan the bacteria, Passicula and Campestris, we'd be looking around 90 million for the system. Worst case scenario. If the planet 2A is worth more than 12. Yeah, if it's worth 12 or more, then we've got 100 million in this system alone. Okay, so this is not landable, so we're just going to probe. That will certainly up the total value carried, wouldn't it? But I won't do it all on today's stream, though. We'll go to the big one.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Actually, you know what I can do just to be safer? Let's go to the bacteria informum first and do that one. That's the one with the 1 bio. Because that's going to be quick to do. And then we'll go to 2A, land on that, get the footfall, and I'm happy. Do 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 do. Yeah. How you doing? Very well. Just grab some water. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen there. Mr. Bumpkin. I wonder if he's a comic reader from the 1970s. Yep, there was a comic strip back in the day. The Bumpkin Billionaires. People who lived like they were billionaires, but they lived like they were poor. It was a comic strip. No idea what comic it was. Mr. Bumpkin. Alrighty. Ooh, 6 probes. I should have got a bit closer, but we'll be fine. Ah! Quick. Right, that's the only map there is, because it's the only bio there is. So in this last time, Informum was only in small patches, remember? It was all speckly. Now it looks like it's, well, a lot more populated here. It's still speckly on the high parts, but certainly more coverage than we were used to before. Right, so notable planets should now be disappearing, and there we go. And first footfall should get recorded this time. Fingers crossed. Right, so we got to stick to those smoothie parts. And I've got to be careful because of the gravity here. Can we get out? I didn't think so. Gravity's 0.5, so we just dropped down a bit more than usual. Right, no boost this time. Absolutely not. And there she is. Right. The moment we record first in the game, it should record it on the Exopology tab widget overlay. There it is, it's recorded already. I haven't even got out yet. It recorded it before the game did. That's because it's got it off the journal file straight away. So this should be 42 million then, I would imagine. What, if I remember right? Yeah, 42. Yeah, what is it? It's 4209. Okay. Fair enough then. That's the best bacteria you can find. That's why they put it in the yogurt. Danone. Yakult. Healthy bacteria. And Bifidus digestivum. Oops. Oh, I didn't actually finish that. I was a bit too quick. Okay, last one. There she is. Slam it down. It's what you have to do with planes sometimes. Just, if you get certain weather, you just have to slam the thing down on the runway. Obviously, don't crush the frickin' the wheels, the under landing gear, but yeah, sometimes you have to. Just be a bit more firm with it. Where the hell did we put that? Is it underneath? There it is. Oh, talking of planes, right? There was a story I read today in the news. Like, what the hell? I know they say don't smack your kids, but sometimes, just saying, sometimes a little one might not go amiss. I don't know if you guys read this. I think it was Canada. I think it was an Air Canada flight. They cancelled the flight, right? Think of this. All those people on board waiting to get home or wherever they're going, holiday, I don't know, whatever. And they cancelled the plane because while it was taxiing to the runway, this little kid, well, I say little, I don't know how old he was, but this child on board refused to put his seatbelt on. Now, rather than divert the plane back to the gate, which was then, it was too late for it to get a slot to take off, so they had, all the passengers had to get off and get on a different flight, right? If that was my kid causing that much disruption and getting all snarky, I would push him into that seat and I would put the seatbelt on myself and I would make sure he's not going nowhere. I mean, geez, there was people commenting about it saying that, you know, this is what happens when parents are too gentle on their kids and stuff. And of course the crew can't do anything, but, and it's not like normally they would, if it was at the gate, they would have just got the family and said, off the plane, get off, we'll fly without you. But it was taxiing already, so they had to turn back to the gate. A whole flight cancelled because a little kid had a tantrum. Stick him in the overhead baggage area. Because the thing is, if anything does happen on the plane, you know, and they have to slam the brakes on or something, that kid becomes a missile. And he's not going to like smashing into the seat in front of him. So I don't know what you guys think, but I would have put, yeah, if that was my kid, I would have put him in his place. He would have done what he was told. Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah. Oh my god. Cancelling a whole flight. Anyway. Ridiculous. The inconvenience everybody else must have gone through, right? That family should be fined and made to pay compensation to everybody. Compensation to the airline. I don't know. Crazy. Ooh, guys, can't stop. Oh. Come on, little Timmy, put your seatbelt on. I want to. Put it on, you little shit. No PlayStation for 3 months. Hey, that's it. That's all you have to say. No PlayStation for 3 months, and you'll hear that seatbelt click into place faster than anything. Right. When I was a kid, it used to be wait until your father gets home. You know, then you'll get a hiding. And now it's well, take your console away.
Not comply.
That's the worst threat now.
Shift drive charging.
No, nobody said anything. Oh, that was too early, was it? No, maybe not. Oh, just a little bit too late. Just a tiny bit too late. Right, so this is the planet we've just done has now been removed from the notable planets list because it's mission accomplished on that one. So I just want to grab Footfall on here, and then I'm free. Okay, so 4 probes. So we should get away with these 2. And oh, I just shut down Elite Observatory Core thinking I wouldn't need it. But of course I'm going to need it, aren't I? Alioida's there! Get out of it. Stratum, that's Peleus. Alioida, that's the most lucrative one on here. So that's all over the place. Alioida's pretty much everywhere. What was the next big thing? Osseous and Fungoida are not sharing anything. Stratum and Osseous share the same map. And so if I land on that patch above the crater, am I good for Alioida there? Okay. So we've got to... Yeah, okay, let's do that. Turning off the Wi-Fi. Can I not play anything on the PlayStation then without that? Well, I say PlayStation, obviously the other consoles are available. So this patch here, yeah, I'll have to wait till next time to find out what the total value or the minimum total value of this planet is, and then because yeah, well, Alioida is the most lucrative one on here, I think. 7.77 million, I think it is for this one. So that's going to be 50 million plus, right? 50, 51, something like that. So I just want to grab the footfall there, so that's secured. Wow, it's very red. Gravity 0.18. And we've got a few here. We've got stratum here. We've got what the hell is that? That could be Fungoida setaceus, I guess. Unless it's, I don't know, it looks like it's something else. The black stuff is something intermingling with the stratum. Oh wait, is it Fungoida gelata? Could be. Let's get footfall, have a quick look. Stops phones Wi-Fi as well, as they don't have... I don't know how old the kid was. I got no idea. No idea. I mean, obviously he was like 3 or 4 years old. It's a different thing, right? But, you know, if the kid's like 8, 9, 10 years old, it's like he's old enough to know. I don't know, I just don't understand how the parents let it get that far. Yeah, I would have strapped him in. And I don't care how much he screams, he would have been strapped in there. That's not gelata. What the hell is this? Apart from dark. Got a scan to find out. Oh, I was going to say I thought I hadn't finished, but I did. I just didn't let the animation finish. That's all. It's all good. All good, all recorded. Oh, that's the Alioida. Of course it is. Ah, so it's not worth that much then. Because 5 times, it's worth 17 million. So if you divide it by 5, you'll get the original value. Ah. It looks like we can finish Alioida or just on foot here. Do that again. Hi, Sally. Yeah, the values on the widget there are the bonus values because it's first footfall. Oh, okay. I was trying to work out why Brian Adams' Run to You was in my head. It's because I'm running. Yep, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, I don't have any cake. You know what? I went shopping. When did I go? Yesterday? Yeah. And I actually thought about you, and I was thinking about getting some cake. Because I was near the cakes, and I thought, Sally, tea and cake. And then I decided against it. Too many reds. If you look at the labels, the nutrition labels, too many reds on them. A little bit of Victoria sponge. Time is it anyway? 9:20. Prime Minister. p.m. Prime Meridian. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't have any here. Yeah, there we go. Now the stratum is 500 meters. I'm not going to go for that lot. If I leave it here with just one scan done, and then I come back into the game, I wonder if that exobiology tab will remember. I think it does. But we are well out of range. I can't go 500 meters. I mean, over there, I can probably do the second scan because the ship's over there anyway. We did put the extra sprint engineering on this suit, so that helps. I think I'll go under the ship rather than jump over it. I did consider jumping over it, but I think under is a good idea. Yeah, the underneath of this ship looks really cool. So yeah, it looks like, guys, the Rhino, the new Rhino that's coming, is going to be using the standard the vessel hangar that's used for the Nomad. It's going to be the same one. Oh my god, these aren't proper greens, they're just... Okay, that one is. Yeah, it's weird because like on the color spectrums, so they say that red is the color that gets you most angry, I guess. So people in red cars are always doing road rage, I suppose. Yeah, so red is a angry color, and the most relaxing color is orange. But they're so close to each other, so what if it's something that's really smack in between orange and red? I think they say red is aggressive, right? Red is an aggressive color. I don't know why, but I guess because of red alert and big red buttons, that kind of thing. It's never good, is it? Red for danger. And I think, you know, Frontier must have taken that into account, that orange was said to be the most relaxing color. And that's why most of the interface is orange, because they know you're going to be... Oh yeah, we've done the Nomad. Yeah, I've done it. But just, this is my last planet. I'm not going to bother with the last scan on the Stratum because I want to give it up now. Although, I can't leave that one incomplete. Let's just get 500 away and then we'll just find some Stratum to pick on. But yeah, we've had the Nomad out quite a few times. Right, as you can see, no bios on the screen. Let's wait for that. There they go. They've appeared, look. Oh, as if by magic. You just have to wait. This is old school. You know, no SRV, no Nomad, old school. But it is the last one, so nice and easy. So left is, I think Osseous was on the same map, right? And then Fungoid is on its own map, and Bacteria I don't know about. I don't know. Fungoida and bacteria are not on the same map, I don't think. But it could be that bacteria is on the same map as what we're on right now. But there's... Well, something's there. Something's green. It would have to be bacteria then, because it can't be... It can't be Fungoida. It could be osseous. Well, there it is, whatever it is. So, body value, so far we've picked up 23.7 million. This looks all familiar though, doesn't it? But we've already scanned these, so it can't be any of it. Fungoida sativus, possibly? What are we looking at here? Bacteria. There you go. Rusty Planet Colony. I don't know what that is. Right, so once we've collected all of the bacteria, we'll be up to 32 million. And my ship's 500 meters away. Oh, SRB would have been easier. I mean, if everything was on the same map, I would just finish it and do it all. But it isn't, so... I'm just going to screenshot that. Yeah, I mean, I did a long time ago. I did my own Rusty system, yeah. Rusty Dog Orbital, is that what you mean? Yeah, it's okay. Doing all right. But that's like nearly 24,000 light years away. That view inside there looks really cool. Okay, there we go. Right, how about enough? 3 hours? That's not bad for a stream, is it? Half the time of usual. I'm not going to push my luck. Yeah, there you go. So I'll scan the rest of this planet next time we're on this account, and then we'll carry on. And I'll know where I am because I'll just bring up Elite Observatory Core and it will tell me what's done and what's not done. Even if this one doesn't. But it should. Alright then. Do we have a red ship? I suppose we do. Yeah, reddish tint. Ish. Yeah, it does. Yeah. All right, people. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yeah. Maybe do something different this week. I already have. Are you trying to get me fat, Sally? Tea and cakes. Yeah, like Wurzel Gummidge. Right. I will catch you guys next time, guys and girls. Until then, have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. And take care. Goodbye. Bye-bye.